Join us, Millie, Junty and our kids as we find the extraordinary wonder in our ordinary lives. Welcome to Wanderlust.
We have come for an afternoon at Singapore Zoo. Since 1973, this has been one of the world's best zoos ever, with loads of different awards that have kept it at the top of its game. Now you can hear loads of building work that's happening behind us, and we took a little bus here which is just $1 per person from Katib MRT, and the approach is so different. We were only last here a couple of months ago. You can hear the building work, they're updating everything. It's going to be this incredible eco park. I know they've done some updates inside the zoo, and we're going to go check it out and have a great afternoon. These are new. The Singapore zoos have gone through a bit of a rebranding, and it's nice to freshen it up a little bit. I think for as long as I can remember, it's kind of looked the same, and it's just good to freshen things up, modernise it a bit, keep the fresh customers coming. And each time we've come over the last year, I think there's been something different, and it looks new. So we're very excited to see what we can find today. Just about to walk to the toilet, and there's a sign to show us about this bat colony that lives in the roof. They're actually wild bats that live here, native to Singapore. Not really part of the zoo, but I guess because the zoo is in just in Mandai forest, I guess. All these bats kind of live up in the rafters here in the roof. Oh yeah. I love this entrance section. It's just like a boardwalk, and it's so easy to not look down into the water and spot crocs, and they're enormous, but it's great to see them. And there's a few little monkeys or primates swinging around. Just a beautiful start to this zoo, and it just sets the scene, sets the expectation levels for a fantastic afternoon.
I think that one's the daddy one, and over there, the other whitish one is the mummy.
We came here for the rainforest illumination, which is really awesome. It's set at night time, so you don't actually see the zoo animals here at night, but there's projections of different animals in the night with different lights, and it's kind of teaching you about rainforest care and looking after the animals. The zoo and River Safari are running a series called Brickosaurus, so there's lots of Lego dinosaurs themed around the place. You can pick up a little dinosaur passport and go around and do different trails, but we're just going to enjoy looking at them as and when they come today. So the kids have gone off to try and find dinosaurs. See if we can find any.
The little dinosaur section that Millie was talking about is actually was a different display not long ago that had like one of the characters or one of the animals from Game of Thrones in here, which was like covered in smoke and stuff. I haven't seen Game of Thrones. I'm really sorry for those of you who are diehard fans. I'd like to get into it, haven't got the time at the moment, but I love this little section. Little waterfalls like this one, and it's just great to kind of walk through.
This is a joke. What do hippos say when they're really happy? Hip hip hooray!
So usually when we come here, the white tiger is here, but there's a different tiger in here today, which is pretty cool to see, just chilling out, relaxing in the sun. We're not sure if the white tigers have been relocated or moved or taken away for a little while, but this tiger is still absolutely beautiful to look at. And what I really like about here is the setup that the tigers have got. They look really natural, really open. They're not kind of behind cages or bars. So we really like how the Singapore Zoo looks after their animals.
Also, tigers used to be native to Singapore until they became extinct, and that's not even that long ago. So to think that this guy and his ancestors were roaming around the jungle here is quite incredible, really. But yeah, it's cool. He looks really happy. Chilling out.
Chilling out. Aspen is dying to go and see the hippo, so we're going to head there now.
She's already there.
She's already there. Okay, we better catch up.
Eat fish. When we last came, the hippo was a tiny baby.
such a small thing, but I love how they've blocked off little bridges with plants and shrubs, so it looks a bit more overgrown as opposed to just blocked off with a rope. It's just nice.
This dude's trying to get some food out the bin.
Is this the bag?
So we just found a ranger who's coming to try and deal with the monkey,
macaque,
so
yes.
the wild macaque.
Yeah.
So what is it actually that you are doing with this one?
Do as wildlife rangers is that we handle the wild animals. So the ones that we most popularly deal with is the wild monkeys. So they're not part of the zoo. If you happen to see them, just ensure there's a safe distance and keep away your food and belongings. So we are not trying to chase them out.
You're not trying to chase them out of the reserve, no?
I just trying to protect them from disturbing visitors' guest experience.
Do they ever get into the enclosures with the other animals?
Yes, plenty of times. Yeah, so actually they do steal the animals' food. So what we try to do is that we can try to walk in for the keepers to let the keepers know that oh, there's macaques inside the exhibit. So they probably just try to keep the food back, so the macaques won't steal it lah.
Great. Okay, thanks so much. Good luck.
No problem, thank you.
I think your mummy should have a go as well. Okay, point. Milo, hold your finger where you think so. In New Guinea. And what about you?
Yeah, this is where I live here.
Oh, she's over there.
Mommy!
So we're going to take you to see some kangaroos to make you feel at home. Thank you.
I find kangaroos quite intimidating. They're massive, and I know their marsupials are not part of the rodent family, but I can't help but think they just look like giant mice, and that's quite scary.
It's just like we see wild monkeys about the place, like in McRitchie. I'm here today at the zoo. Sophie was just saying that where she lives on the little island, that there's just kangaroos everywhere, and you just walk past them and it's just like, oh, yep, there's a kangaroo. But some of them can be quite huge, and some of the males, their muscles are just pretty terrifying. They look like fully grown, like boxers, heavyweight champions or something. So I don't think I'd want to cross one of those.
I love how tranquil it is here. All you can hear is a bit of water flowing and heaps of wild birds here. Obviously the birds here are not part of the zoo per se. There's no net above our heads. It's just the wild birds that are roosting here in this really healthy environment. If you didn't know, the Jurong bird park is being moved over here to Mandai in the next year or so. Over that side there'll be lots of birds that are rare and from all around the world, but here this is just native bird song. It's really cool.
But the ant is carrying the millipede.
There's a really cool camp out zone here. They've got 3 of those little like igloo style pop-up tents overlooking the river. It'd be really fun to come and camp out and sleep here, and I guess you get to have like a sneak peek of the zoo when it all closes at 6 p.m. That would be pretty awesome. We have the Friends of Life membership, so we've got membership to all 4 of the parks, which is great. We can just come as many times as we want within the year, and we get a discount on the food and in the gift shop as well, which is great. If you come in the week, you can use the tram rides for free. But it's Saturday today, so we haven't got the luxury of going around on the tram, so we are going around by foot. It's a pretty big park. So sometimes if you've got little kids, it is worth to get the tram ride, because that's pretty fun as well. You can kind of do a loop of the whole park and see all the animals and then hop on and off as you wish. And we've just come up to the elephants.
This elephant over here is just having a little wash, and it's so nice to see him just having a bit of fun. We used to come to this area for some elephant shows that have been suspended due to COVID, I guess, and it was just great to see some of the strength of the elephants, and also to see the mahouts, who are their carers, and the wonderful relationship that they have together. The hunt for saga seeds continues.
So the zoos all have a selection of shows that they put on. There's animal feeding as well, which is pretty cool. You do have to book in advance, so if you want to make sure that you get to do that, like if you know you're coming to Singapore in a few months and you want to make sure that you can get to the zoo and feed some of the animals and go to the shows, I would really recommend that you pre-book ahead in time because they can get pretty busy. And as I said, it's Saturday today, so it is a lot busier, but we've managed to catch some of the shows and they are all really, really good and well put on, and the animals are all really well trained. Some of them are rescues, so they're being looked after by the zoo, which I think is just awesome.
You come up with me, Mum.
This little section of the zoo is called Primate Kingdom, and I love it because there are no cages. There's kind of, I guess, psychological barriers where the monkeys don't come by, but they are in the trees around us. They're opposite the, over the water here, and you can just see them having a good time. And I love it. It just feels like you are totally immersed in nature, totally immersed in the monkey world, which I feel like I am a lot of the time anyway, to be honest.
One time we'd come to the zoo and we were eating in the restaurant bit outside, and a peacock came and took a chip clean off Milo's plate and walked off with it. And then another couple came, so we started to get a little bit freaked out by them and kind of shooed them away and moved away from them. But I didn't know that they would be so tame to come up. I guess they're used to being in the zoo. They're just allowed to walk around as they wish here.
These enormous fish.
So we just had a quick stop in the cafe restaurant for something to drink and eat and to take advantage of the aircon. It was getting quite warm outside. It has rained a little bit, so it's cooler, and now we're heading off to find a few more animals. It's raining a little bit, it's okay.
It's It is wet.
Charlie's hand is bigger than my hand. Yes. This is Mr. Bean's teddy bear.
These are the sun bears and the honey bear. They've got some pretty awesome claws on them, I think, kind of getting food out. And they're called the sun bear because the colour of their snout looks like the setting sun. There's some thunder on its way. We're going to head off and go and find the reptiles, which is always one of our favourite places to go to. Whenever we come, even when the kids were little, they would love going to look at all of the reptiles. So we're going to head there and hopefully not get rained on. It's starting to get really dark and the temperature's changed, the whole atmosphere's changed. It's definitely a big storm rolling in. We are near the Komodo dragon and some of the giant tortoises, which are so cool. I really, really love them. They're all kind of hiding. When we came here last time, one of the guides kind of talked to us about it and let the kids touch one of them, which was really awesome.
The really big Komodo dragon's hiding inside that big hole right there. I saw a head poke out.
We managed to escape the rain for now, but we're here in Reptopia where there's loads of different reptiles. We're going to explore it, which is great because it's all indoors.
Is it real? Yeah. Monsters.
What's in there? This guy's having his dinner.
Whoa. I can see the shell. Does it spit the shell out?
I'm not sure when you ask the guy.
The lizard eats the shell.
It's quite hard to spot some of the snakes, and that just kind of goes to show that when you're looking in the ground and you're going on walks and things, it's really important to like look where you're walking, because some of these snakes are completely camouflaged. And we've been warned on a couple of occasions when we've gone on walks at some of the M parks, like Thompson Nature Park. They warned us that there's a blue coral snake, which is actually poisonous, and there is no kind of antidote here in Singapore, and you'd be really hard pushed to see some of the particular colours of snakes. Thankfully, the blue coral snake is like electric blue, but some of the other snakes just blend in perfectly with the surroundings as they're meant to. But yeah, we'll be keeping an even more closer eye out when we go to places like Sungai Buloh and some of the nature parks.
I didn't even notice that.
No, he's camouflaged.
Look at
We just spoke to one of the keepers who was tapping a long bamboo pole on one of the rocks, trying to get one of the Komodo alligators or the Komodo crocodile.
Crocodile monitor.
He's tapping to get the crocodile monitor to come out, but he said because it's raining, most of them are hiding. The rain is now starting to come. So we've had a quick walk around the outdoor reptile area, but the rain is starting to come down, so we're going to head back inside. Woo! Woo! Thank you.
Daddy, look.
It's curled up just to chill.
Wild Aspen.
There's snakes on these plants. I'm joking, they're not. Behind me in here is a king cobra, and I just read that they're actually super endangered because of deforestation. But we saw one in the wild here in Singapore, in the northwest, in a place called Sungai Buloh, and you should check out this episode here. It's just flashing up now to see what it was like. Absolutely incredible to see it in the wild. Venomous, pretty dangerous, but it was amazing to see. We've got caught in the rain, which is always fun in Singapore, because when it rains, it really rains. So we aren't going to be able to make it over to the wild Africa side of things today. But the last time we were here, we experienced some amazing things over there. So we're going to add some of that footage in for you as we run to go and find Sophie now. That's okay, it's not too far. Well, we hope you enjoyed that little brief look. You enjoyed running in the rain. I hope you enjoyed looking at the video from the last time we were here and feeding some rhinos too. But we managed to find Sophie. We've remained relatively dry, I guess. And we're going to make our way now, taking the bus back to Katib. And what's great,
Go in the rain more.
Aspen loved running in the rain. We're now covered, which is good, and we'll be getting a bus. That was a lot of fun, even though we've still got some rain to tackle now.
Yeah, as always, coming here has been really fun. The kids get so much out of it every time we come. Now that we've seen like lots of the animals, the kids are like reading the information a little bit more. So there's so much to come out of it, even though we've been here, I don't know, loads of times now.
We are going to make our way to somewhere to have dinner before we head off home. We may end up very wet. Wish us luck, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.